I'm Adam, and this is special guest star Ryan.
And this is barbecue and bourbon.
Barbecue and bourbon. Didn't do anything like we said, huh?
Yeah.
That's how it works. Anyhow, what are we cooking today, Ryan?
We are going to do some skirt steak pinwheels.
Ooh, smoked skirt steak pinwheels. I'm excited, man. It just sounds good. What are we putting inside this smoked pinwheels we're making?
We're going to do one that's fairly simple with just the ricotta and spinach, and then we're going to do another that has some sauteed mushrooms, onions, and with the ricotta and spinach as well.
And we got the smoker rolling back here because we're fixing to put on a garlic head that we're going to use in these as well. So I say it's time to get to cooking. What do you say?
Yeah.
All right, let's cook. All right, so we got our head of garlic. This is super simple, super easy, right? We're just going to cut the top off of it just like that. Take a little EVOO. Squirt it down in there. And we're going to take a little AP. Just coat the top like that. And then it's going on to smoke. Boom. Just like that. We're going to cook that till it's all nice and soft, and we're going to add it in as part of our dill. Then we got us some scallions here. Green onions, some people call them. What do you call them, Ryan?
They go either way.
Now, Billy Bob, he calls them green onions. I called them scallions one time when he went to the store to get them. And he didn't know what the heck he was trying to find. But he knows now that we have different names for these things. So we're going to put these in this pot over here. Maybe not all of them. Maybe some of them. Maybe not all of them. Maybe some of not all, but you never know. And I always cut the ends off. And we're going to dice up some of this stuff right here. Get it all good. Because you like that flavor of that greenery in there, right? And then we're also going to take some of these. Cut these up real quick. Just like that. And then Ryan's going to throw those bad boys in there. And we're also going to use some yellow onion. Has a different flavor than the scallions. And it's delicious also. If you need to crank up the heat, you can. I just had it on minimum. Get the pan hot.
I didn't even see what you had it on. There we go.
You can get this rolling over here. Had some onions from my earlier cook left over, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut these up real quick. The skirt steak. I believe it's going to be yummy. So the reason we're cooking all this, because we could just put it inside the skirt steak, roll it up. You know, it's going to cook. It's going to be a long cook, so that wouldn't be a problem. But by doing this, you know, with the little EVOO and a little AP, woo, maybe a lot of AP, it's going to add extra flavor to it than just being in the skirt steak cooking. And, you know, we're all about layers of flavor, right? Isn't that what we're always talking about? So we're pretty excited about that. Next, we're going to let those cook down a little bit. Then we're going to throw the mushrooms in there. Get those cooked down. We'll show you what that looks like coming up. All right. Well, while he's getting those things all nice and yummy over there, we got some baby bellas here. And I'm going to chop them down a little bit. I'm not going to chop them a whole lot because they're really going to melt down and stuff in here. And what are we doing with the wine, Ryan?
We're going to add some red wine after we get those mushrooms in there.
All right. And what's that going to do for us?
You know, I don't know the science behind it, but I do know it helps all those flavors come together.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome, right? It's going to add a layer of flavor first because it's got the red wine. And it's going to help bring all those nice juices and flavors and emulsify them.
That's the term.
That's, you know, Graybeard's $1 million word he's got there. And he's proud of it, so we use it. And, you know, that's good. All right, so I'm not chopping them up any further than that because they're going to soften up real nice once we stick them in there. Are those onions ready yet?
I'd give them another minute or so.
All right,
They're coming along. Turn the heat down just a little bit so we don't burn the shrooms whenever we get them in there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it takes some getting used to using one of those little.
I've never used cast iron on a tiny little Cuisinart countertop burner before.
Yeah, it's different. And the burner gets really hot, so you don't have to crank it up too high, but you do have to crank it up. So, I'm a little hungry. Green onion scallions are so delicious. They got a distinct, mild flavor. They're great in any dish. Heck, sometimes I cut them up just to sprinkle them on top of some nice red meat. Or
remember whenever I was younger, you used to make me take the slices of ham, put cream cheese on them, and then we'd roll up the scallions.
Oh, so good. I still love those things. I haven't made those in a while. Man, those are good.
That's because you only ever made them whenever I was there to make them for you.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was.
What are you thinking? About ready right here?
Oh, yeah, I like it. You want to deglaze the pan a little bit, and then we'll throw them shrooms in? Now we got a little Phantom, which is a red blend out of California. And I really like it.
It's a good red blend.
Matter of fact, I think my boy over here is the one who introduced me to it 10, 12, 13, 14 years ago, probably.
Was that one I introduced you to, or is it
Yeah.
one that we found?
Well, I'm getting kind of old.
I don't remember.
So we might have found it.
But I do remember I've probably drinking more bottles of that with you than anybody else.
Yes, I'm obviously big whiskey, bourbon drinker. Don't drink a whole lot of wine, but when I do, I like Man Candy, which is Campus Oak, small vineyard, hard to find, or this Phantom, which is readily available everywhere, and it's so tasty and delicious.
You used to drink more wine whenever I was around.
Yeah. Now I freaking fell in love with this bourbon stuff, and it's kind of taken over. Although the good red meat, like we made that beef Wellington for Christmas dinner, and that was sensational with this red wine. Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you what.
And if anyone's wondering why I'm regulated to the burner as opposed to knife work, it's because I'm here to celebrate Christmas with my family, and I cut myself every Christmas if I'm handling knives.
That is not a lie. We bought Mama a lounge chair one year for Christmas, and him a new knife. And he wanted to use it, so we let him open it up. Whoa! Yeah, bad idea. So ever since then, and now his sisters help regulate him from knife things quite often. But
they still bought me a knife almost every single Christmas for like 5-6 years after that. So it's on them. It's not on me.
he just isn't allowed to use it on Christmas. You gotta wait till the next day. That's what I'm saying. How those coming along? Let me get a close.
I think they're coming along pretty well.
Let me grab that camera right there.
This is gonna be pretty tasty. I think it needs to cook down a little bit more.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to cook that way down. Get the mushrooms super soft, huh?
Yeah. Maybe add a little bit more of that red wine.
Yeah, let's throw some more of that in there. Oh yeah, look at that, perfect. Now he's just gonna put that down on a low setting, and we're just gonna let it do its magic. Let it get all yummy in there. All right, we'll check back in a minute. All right, as these things are cooking down, we're going to take a few more of these green onions.
They're coming out good so far.
And that whole smell-o-vision thing we're always talking about, it's in full force right now.
Mm-hmm.
We'd really like for you guys to be able to partake of the odors coming off of this here cast iron.
Doesn't help that we're also big fans of Phantom. That Phantom just cooks down well with the mushrooms.
Yeah, it's very, very, very good. All right, so we got us some greens cut down. Look at this. Got some whole milk ricotta cheese right there. We just got to cut us down some spinach now. Whole bag?
I say full bag.
We're doing a whole bag.
Why not?
Fresh spinach. We could be like stale cracker. You ever seen stale cracker?
I have not seen Stale Cracker.
Oh, you got to watch him. He's hilarious. He's a Cajun cook.
Okay.
And he hunts and fishes and alligators and the whole thing. But his big thing is, get it out of here! Except for he's throwing like pots and pans and all kinds of stuff. So we're just going to chop this up a little bit. How fine do we want this chopped down? Do I need to crunch it up and really give it hell? Or?
We don't want it as fine as what these green onions here were, or scallions, or
whatever you call them today, tomorrow.
You just want them chopped down a little bit so we don't get these big old chunks.
What do you guys call those? Let us know in the comments below. Oh, yeah, make sure you subscribe and like. Hit that bell icon so you know when the next one drops. Very critical. That way you can keep up to date with what's going on over here in this kitchen. Sort of a kitchen.
All you're missing is the sink.
Right? Yeah, we got to go indoors for that one. But
one day
in a future studio, we'll have us a bar that's out here too. Just wham, all in one spot. It's going to be wonderful.
Watch, whenever we go to cut these things up and eat them, that's when it's going to happen.
Yeah, maybe we should let your sister cut it for you.
I am going to ask her to do that. Be like,
there's a whole reason behind that too. So,
Lexi, can you cut this up for me? Or Michaela, or you can even ask Ezra. He'll cut it up for me. Probably more than happily too.
Yeah, he probably get a.
I'm utilizing this
kick out of it. Yeah, heck yeah, that's how I do it. So now we got the scallions in there, we got the spinaches in there, and the ricotta's going down now, mixing it all up. This mixture here is going to go in one of our rolls, and then we're going to take half of this, put it in another mixing bowl, and along with the stuff we're cooking down at cast iron, the onions, the scallions, and mushrooms, and red wine.
Mixing well.
And then we're going to put that in the other one, roll it up. Yeah, let's get a close-up of this ricotta spinach mixture here. Look at that. That's coming together.
And if you're worried about your girlish figure, you can use a less than, like a light ricotta, but, I'm not worried about my girlish figure.
Yeah. Whole milk has more flavor.
It does.
But yeah, it's looking good. Look at that. See, it's got a nice paste or dough consistency there. So it's going to make it really nice and spreadable.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what this is whenever we add this to it, how it's going to affect it.
Right? Well, maybe just leave the lid off and let some of that moisture cook out of it. It's looking good and smelling better. Hey, how's that garlic coming? Let's check that garlic out.
Ooh, I think it is not quite there yet.
Yeah, we got a ways to go on that one.
I've been abandoned, so I'm going to show you how I'm doing this. Taking half of this stuff here, flopping it down in there. All right. This is going to be our mixture that does not have all the good stuff. Just some of the good stuff. Add some AP to that because we didn't add any salt or anything to the ricotta and spinach mixture yet. Let's get that all mixed up. All right. Nice and pasty. Sort of like me on a summer day at the beach. All right. Now we're going to take our nice little mixture here of onions.
He is a white boy. Let me tell you what. So am I, so I can't say much. But
we're going to take that, get that poured in there. Going to get this mixed in here, and we're going to hope that this doesn't turn into a soupy mess. And it keeps that consistency of, good paste.
So far, it's looking like it's going to be all right.
And yes, you're a white boy. Your calves are the beacons of Gondor.
Yeah, and, everybody that sees me says, you wear shorts all the time. You should have tan legs. Like, yeah,
That doesn't make any sense at all, actually.
Yeah, I know.
That looks actually really good.
Yeah, no, I think that's...
Now we just got to get that garlic all finished up, and we can add that to both of these. And we'll be good to go.
All right, we'll catch you back when we start rolling.
All right.
All right, so now we have some plastic wrap down here. And we're going to make sure that the skirt steak is very consistent thickness across the entirety of it. That way, when you roll it up, it's nice and even. It'll cook even. The spread will be even. When you take a bite, everything's even. So I like to do it like this. I think Ryan does too, just so it don't splatter everywhere.
Still cleaning up meat from the last time I did it without doing this.
Yeah, see? Such a simple thing. Also, when it's thinner, in general, it would cook faster. But since we're rolling it, that really doesn't affect that a whole lot. But we're cooking it low and slow anyways.
Yep.
We're going to be back, and we'll show you how we roll these things up.
We're going to... Oh, garlic.
Oh, we almost forgot about the garlic, folks. Oh, hold on. We got to get a close-up of this one.
It is looking good.
Oh, look at that. Ooh, you know that's looking good.
Ooh.
Oh, did you see him squish that garlic in there?
Oh, no.
Oh, he's got a little peel in there.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, hot. That was... smells so good.
Oh, yeah. Roasted garlic is, there's just not much more amazing than that.
One of my favorite toppings on a pizza. Roasted garlic.
Oh, cannot go wrong with roasted garlic on anything. Maybe eggs. Unless you're making a quiche or something.
I don't know.
Or a frittata.
I don't think I've ever made a frittata.
Oh, I make them at least once a month. Key to a frittata is a hot pan.
So, starting off here. Get a nice thin layer on here. You don't want to overstuff it because then it ain't going to roll right.
Oh, it looks good. Mm-mm.
Chunk of garlic just...
Oh, somebody's going to have a tasty bite.
Yeah, but they ain't getting any kisses later.
Yeah, that could be. You never can tell.
Keep the vamps away, too.
Yeah, that's gotta keep those vampires away.
Think a little bit more on there? You think that's a little bit too thick? All right, we'll just get it all on there. Improvise.
Adapt, overcome. You can't have too much of a good thing, right? Well, maybe, but in this case, I'm saying not a chance.
All right. So, cut one of the flank steaks, skirt steaks in half, and then we're going to roll it the lengthways. Get nice and rolled up in it. Oh, hey.
It's trying to run away.
All the good stuff is falling out and catching some bits of garlic out of it. All right. Got that there.
It's looking good.
You got to make sure you roll from thin to wide because you want that meat to be covering. Otherwise, you're just going to be asking for your insides to be coming on the outside, and
That's never good.
it's only good when you're hunting.
Yeah.
Not your insides though.
Look at that. So this is the everything ones. Now, of course, guys, we're still wrapping these in bacon, and then we're going to string them up. We'll show you all that. But now he's got to put together the other two. We'll show you that when it's all done. All right, what you got going on there?
All right, so we got full wrap pinwheels. We're going to take one of our mushroom ones here. I'm going to put it down right here. You can get fancy with your wrapping if you really want to. But the whole goal of wrapping these is to make sure that we're not losing all our cheese during this smoking process.
All the nummy nums on the inside.
Oh, yes. First time I did these, I lost everything just about. It was still delicious, but it was not as, I was a little sad. But you got to make sure you get nice and tightly wrapped with the bacon. All your bacon serves a purpose.
That's looking so good.
And then we're going to tie this up, keep it in place. I'm going to make Adam do that because I'm not that greatest at that. And then we'll be good to go.
There it is. We'll be back to show you how to tie it up.
Good.
All right, so now we're going to season these bad boys with some little seasoning.
Yep, some no salt seasoning. Perfect.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that's it.
This is the seasoning I used on my turkey this year when I smoked it.
Yeah, I think it's a good seasoning. All right. Now it's time to tie it up.
All right, here's one of the smaller ones.
All right, so this here. Tie the ends up. Just like so. Then we're going to tie this up, which I almost cut these things too short. Almost.
Good thing you got nimble little fingers there.
Yeah. And this is just to make sure the bacon doesn't come off, which it shouldn't. I don't know, he's doing a happy dance over here. I don't know what's going on.
Falling over even though I wasn't. I haven't even touched the bourbon part of this yet.
He's not day drinking. All right, so that's it. Got one nice and wrapped up and done, and we're gonna throw it to the commercial break. We don't have commercials, and wrap the rest of these up, and then we'll show us putting them on the smoker. What'd you say?
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, got them all tied up.
And now they're going on the smoker.
I'll grab that over here so you get a closer look.
All right.
Oh. And he's probing the thick boy.
Look at all that deliciousness.
Yep, looking good.
Yeah.
Pinwheels.
All right. Pulled it off after we let it rest for about an hour. Now we're going to cut it into. You want to do the honors?
Oh, you do the honors.
Are
You
you
know
sure?
me and knives on Christmas.
All right. Cutting right through that bad boy. Ooh.
Looks pretty good.
Looks yummy. Got some nice juice. Look at all that juice. All right, let's take a little.
She don't look dry.
Now let's try this bad boy out. That's good. Very tender, very meaty,
Nice and savory.
You got some of that cheese texture coming through it. I say it's a win. You guys got to try this. Super simple, super easy. On the smoker. Bada bing, bada boom. Done. Just like that. And we didn't cut no fingertips or fingers or anything. So, it's a plus. I say we go finish eating this stuff.
Let's go.
If you run,
Run in the clouds.
if you fight,
Fight for your lover's heart.
and if you drink,
May you drink with us.